Good afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday afternoon. Work was good today. Hopefully, you guys can hear me, or not hear me, see me, because I didn't want the overheads on. It's a nice day outside, and I know if I put the overhead on, it's going to be like too warm for me. Um, but yeah, I set up my lights Monday. I set up my other banners Monday. I basically got in. I came in here and I got to work. Um, so basically, the only thing left to do, which is always the hardest, especially the way I work, because I prefer to work from up to down. I don't know why. I think it's because of when you work from the ground up, you kick up dust and debris and other things that just make it harder to keep everything clean because you've got to go, oh, great, I got to dust everything before I can work this area. Or I got to clean up this area because it got dirty from the dust and debris. And other than one more banner, a picture that my mom made for me, and getting rid of some of the stuff that's at ground level that don't belong in here, like this corner over here, this that corner. Um, It's got stuff that needs to go back in the van when they get back from Texas. It's got stuff that just needs to be taken care of and put away and dealt with and decided how we're going to deal with it. And then Jerry wants to go into that one corner over there, which has got a lot of stuff of hers. And she wants to go through it all, decide what to do, pack it up, put it away, purge it, I don't know what. Um, and then we've got the old Filipino hutch over here in this one corner that she wants to deal with. You know, let me do something real quick because I realize what's going on. Let's see here. Is it this one? No, that one is for this. Just make it all white. See if I can turn up the brightness. No, that's about as far as that goes. And then do the same over here. What happened? I didn't want to. Let's see if I can make it. No, that's as bright as it goes. So that's what we get, kids. I was thinking about buying another fairy lights like what I have over here, and I'm gonna show you that in a moment, to go up and around this banner. And then I had it all set up to buy it in Amazon, and my dear and loving wife goes, "What do you want another set of fairy lights for? 33 foot worth of fairy lights?" And I went, I forgot, you know, but let me just give you a show what I did over here. Yeah, we got my faux flaming candle. We've got lights around the door, up and over the bookcase. And because this particular set of lights that I used for up and over the bookcase and the door had two strands, I put them here underneath my desk. And just add a little bit of glow, and I can change colors and whatnot depending on my mood, or I can just have it slowly fade from color to color. It's got several different color schematics. Um, and then over here, I have you can see down here that purplish glowing thing that's changing colors. It's a Himalayan sea salt lamp that's color changing. And then I did color rope lights over the two banners. This first one over here with this one over there was given to me by a viewer. This thing right here, which is supposed to be, but then I looked at it closer and went, I can't tell if it's a dragon or a griffin. I think it's a dragon, but the colors are actually part of my family's the one side of my dad's family members that I found out from Germany. And this is a banner that I got from Amazon, or Jerry got it for me because we thought it was really cool. And the way I decided to do it is because this one is going that way and this one is going this way. I'm like, okay, It's the Nordic version of the ship that takes the dead to hell or Tartarus or where depending on your mythology. And this one is your average Nordic looking ship with Odin's compass, which is kind of hidden by this banner here. But I like the setup, so I decided to do it that way. It looked in my mind as a good idea. Um, but my mind can be wacky and weird anyhow. Or anyway, shouldn't say anyhow, but anyway. But I've been having a good. I don't want to say I'm having a good week because Jerry's not here, because that's not totally true. I think I'm having a good week not just because I'm getting the time to finish up this room without being disturbed or constantly asked to help out with other things, but I think I'm getting. How do I put this? Excuse me. Um, I'm getting more grounded and I'm getting more in tune with myself more than, you know, other things. I am taking more time to come home, relax, let anything that might have been wrong or gone wrong or could have caused me problems at work to just fall off. Just like shedding a skin or something like that, or just shedding a layer of dirt and just not not dirt, not skin, just shedding the negativity that could have been um, a problem or could have come home with me. Um, I can say this much, and I really don't care if people don't believe or not. Um, the beads, the various beads. Let's see if I can get closer and see the colors. Um, they do have. They are a. They, I feel like they're being beneficial. I feel like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, or what people say they're supposed to do. I mean, I've got rose quartz on. Rose quartz is a pinkish colored or light colored type of gemstone, and not only is it supposed to be an amplifier of energies or amplifier of the other crystals, but it's also what they call it's one of the many different love stones or self love, combined with hematite, which hematite is supposed to take negative energy and transfer it into positive energy. Um, Malachite, which is one of them I wear. I don't know. I can't remember which one of the two that I have on my left arm. But malachite is a how do I put this without making it sound too weird? Um, malachite is supposed to help attract um, not luck. Is it luck? Luck and good fortune, or money. Um, I think I don't remember. I think it's more like good fortune. Then I have red jasper, and I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what red jasper does. Same with tiger's eye. I know tiger's eye has a lot of different roles, so to speak, in the, I don't want to say spiritual, but more like metaphysical or emotional range. Then I have amethyst, which is a purple stone. Amethyst is basically a relaxing, calming, good to wear if you have nervous issues on long road trips. Um, ouch. And I know a lot of people like, oh, I don't believe in that stuff. That's fine and dandy. I'm not here to convince you that what I do, or what I believe, or what I practice in is right for everybody, but Some people who are more earthbound or more connected to nature or feel more connected to nature and the earth around them, um, these are things that they might be interested in or whatever. I don't claim to be, a guru or a spiritual guide or anything like that. I'm just your average, everyday Joe trying to find his place in the world and live his life as positive and good natured as possible. Um, you know, I have different interests in a lot of different realms. And what I mean by that is basically, I think what I'm gonna do after this video is I might sit down and do a long video of my life story. Um, so I might jump around, but I will try to. I did my life story once before, and it was like a 12-part ordeal, which I may or may not do again. It depends on how I feel. But I've always been a nature person. I've always loved nature. Uh, I was always born and raised. I was born and raised a Christian, and because of certain events in my life, changed my viewpoints. I have not really, I wandered, but I've never really strayed too far from my Christian roots. I mean, I may not like the organized church. I may not like a lot of the modern day ethics or the modern day way of Christianity. But that does not mean I have fallen away from Jesus. Now, yes, I do have interest in studying, but not always following or practicing my ancestral roots, which are Norse, which means Norse paganism, Scots Irish, which is Celtic, um, the Germanic, old school Germanic religions before Christianity, which was very, very similar to Norse paganism. I've looked at Wicca. I've looked at a lot of North American or American shamanism, which is part of the Native American people. Um, I don't claim to be a follower of any of those practices. Yes, the Native American shamanism and the Druidism and the the earth-based religions, because a lot of those people who are of that kind of religion, which is Wicca, shamanism, Druidism, to a certain Druidism, even a lot of pagan groups, their religion is earth based, which means they use elements of earth, herbs, crystals, different things of that nature for healing. Now, just like Christianity, you have to believe in the healing power of the herbs or the crystals to really have them take any kind of effect. Now, I'm not saying convert away, I'm not saying step away from Christianity. I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that is missing from the original text because of King William or somebody like that of England, when they were translating the Bible basically into their version, like King James or something like that. There's a lot of stuff in the Bible that they were like, oh, no, take that out, take that out. Oh, take that whole book out. And that's one of the reasons why I don't totally believe what is in our modern day Bibles. there is more than we realize that either A was removed from the Bible, or B, just hard to stomach, or you know, let's just look. Let me just put it this way: in the day of Christ, before and after his death, what was the main things used back then to help heal the sick or the wounded? Herbs. Um, the ancient Chinese and Asiatic people, they had the chakra crystals. They had the acupuncture from way back then. They had the herbal remedies from way back then. The thing that people don't realize is before the spread of Christianity, even without the religious fact of the different people from around the world, they used natural herbal remedies. Well, who put the herbs on the ground or in the ground to grow, to be used for medicine? God. You might not believe it. That's your problem, not mine. Same with the crystals. Same with chakra. It's an old school, Asiatic, like India, China, I think Japan even, and a few other different Asiatic countries in that particular, what they call it, Southeast Asia, um, used the crystals for various healing. These crystals, which I'm pretty sure they didn't polish or anything like that. They just straight up raw dug out of the ground and discovered, their different usages. I'm pretty sure because it came out of the ground, which God created in the first place, is not against any religion. You can argue with me all you want. You're not going to get anywhere with me because I've already done the studies. I've already done the experimentations and whatnot over the last 35 35 years, since 15, 16 years of age. I know it works. It worked for me. Might not work for everybody because of their closed-mindedness, or they're just not willing to experiment. Which, hey, everybody, teach their own. I am, well, like I said here, I'm not here to push my beliefs on you guys, and I would prefer if you try not to do the same thing with your beliefs, because that's going to just cause a headache. That's just going to cause more problems than it's worth. Because I've said it once, I'll say it again. I will follow what I believe I'm supposed to follow. I know where my roots are, and I know where I stand. I don't need anybody to try to convince me otherwise, because I, in my heart of hearts, don't think I'm doing any wrong, and I have not read anything in the Bible that says otherwise. The only thing in the Bible that I can think of that you guys might try to throw at me is, "Thou shalt have no other God before me." Well, I don't see any images of any non-Christian religion. I see gnomes. I see, mugs, or one mug with a skull in it. I do have something with religion over here. Yes. The image is basically an angel with the star that led the wise men to baby Jesus, with the angel, Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus. Well, maybe this should not be in my house because it's an engraved image. of the birth of Christ. I have a lot of decor. I don't see anything that even closely resembles anything bad. I've got sage for burning when I choose to. I've got a drawer with sage in it too. Every time I open this drawer down here that has my incense that I like to smell is a bundle of white sage. And between the incense and the sage, that's a beautiful smell when I open that drawer. To pull out a sage stick or not a sage stick, an incense stick or one of the little cones for my cone burner, which I still don't know where I'm going to put it, but I want to pull it out and put it someplace so I can use it on a regular basis. But I'm not hurting you, so I don't understand why there would be a problem. See, the thing that gets me is I don't, usually I try not to talk about religion on any other day but Sunday. But today is Wednesday, and there's a lot of people who go to church on Wednesday evenings. I don't know when that started because, as far as I'm concerned, I don't go to church, but I can have church in my home anytime I want to, any day of the week. I don't think there's any one day that we should not give thanks to Jesus for what we have. Just the fact of waking up in the morning, being alive, and feeling good. Or it doesn't even matter if we feel good. We can be hurting. I mean, I know at my age I'm hurting because I've got, joint problems, bone spurs in my heels, and a few other different problems. But I wake up every morning and think to myself, man, it's going to be a good day. I don't care what the world does. It's going to be a good day. Just starting out thinking that it's going to be a good day and God's got it all in his hands and there's nothing for me to worry about. I'm doing pretty good. I've been pretty happy, just thinking that every morning. Get to work and I'm like, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. It doesn't matter what's thrown at us. We're going to have a good day. Been doing that for the last 2 days. Well, been doing that since yesterday because Monday I took a personal day off because I just felt like I needed a third day or a second day without Jerry at home to make my own decisions and clean up. Or do a pretty bang up job getting as much of it straightened out and cleaned and organized as possible. But I don't see any harm in anything that people do that is good. And I'm sorry, there is nothing we do nowadays that is truly pure because we are not pure people anymore. And I don't care how many people say otherwise. There has not been a pure person walking the face of the earth since, 30 something AD. Which is kind of funny because if BC is supposed to be before Christ, and then AD is supposed to be after his death, but he lived 30 some odd years or more, according to the Greco-Roman calendar. So why would they start at AD when he was born, or BC? No, is it AD or BC when he was born? Because if the cutoff point between BC and AD is when Jesus was born, so what do they call that period of time while Jesus was still alive? That's what always get me. It's one of my curious. How did they decide when BC and AD was, or AD and BC? Because if AD BC, when it switched over to AD, which is supposed to be after his death, what do they call that area between the day he was born, when everything changed, to the day he died? What's that stretch of 30 some odd years, or whatever it is the Bible says that Jesus roamed the earth? I don't know. But I'm not worried about that. Time to me is irrelevant because it's constantly changing, and the only thing that's relevant is the past, history, which so many people don't learn mistakes from. I'm guilty of some of that, so it's not like I'm pointing fingers at anybody else or anybody besides myself. But the first person who made a negative comment towards my studies into my ancestry, my Nordic histories and Nordic information, made a comment about this being, satanic. No, it's not. No, because if you understand the meaning behind the picture, you'd understand this is a symbol. It's supposed to be Finran, the hellhound or demon wolf, or whatever you want to call it, that basically causes Ragnarok. What is Ragnarok? Well, it's the equivalency of our apocalypse, the end of days, the end of time. So it's not really satanic. It is kind of a warning. The runic markings I have not been able to translate. Some of them are of Norse based runes. Some of them are just markings, lines, whatever you want to call them. This new one over here, the black one, it looks like the the you can look at it and go, it's the embodiment of a broken down ship or ship of the dead, and it does have Norse runes or Nordic rune language, runic language. While this one just is, what a lot of people call Odin's compass. It's, it is a compass of sorts. I don't know where the origin. Some people say it's Aramaic. Some people say it's Arabian. Some people it's, there's several different people, different cultures that have some of those markings in their language, their old language before our modern day written language. And I don't mean English, I mean just their modern day language. It's one of the things that if I was smart enough or was studying this 30 years ago, I would have gone to college for archaeological work in the Nordic territories, because they're part of my ancestry. But that's just the way things are. And then there's a lot of things I read. There's a lot of things I study. I mean, I love history. I love especially European history. American history, the reason why I'm not really interested in American history is not just because of the fact my ancestors did not come from this country. I don't have any Native American blood in me. But far as I'm concerned, the way history was written for America or by Americans on American history is just like, they left a lot of stuff out because it's the victors write the history, because there's a whole another side of American history from when the Pilgrims hit to the expansion west. They don't tell them the American Indian story. They just talk about the white man and moving eastward or westward and getting into World War One, getting into World War Two, and then the Vietnam era. And I'm pretty sure nowadays it's got information about Desert Storm. Okay, wrong foot. My left foot has been problematic because, well, the heel has bone spurs. outer side, it's giving me problems. I'm probably gonna have to call my orthopedic surgeon or orthopedic doctor and talk to him and say, "Hey doc, I don't know what's going on with my left foot, but it is killing me." And I don't know if that's the foot that has the both feet have bone spurs on the heels, but the left foot is bone spurs plus fallen arches. So I don't know if it's the new insoles I have is trying to fix my foot and give me cushion at the same time. But oh man, the last couple of days I wake up and it's like, ow. And then I go to work and it's like, holy Hannah. And then I come home and I'm like, just cut it off. Just cut it off. So yeah. Otherwise, my health is pretty good. I mean, all in all. But as I keep on wanting to say and get distracted by my own brain, is I'm studying. I'm studying Norse history. I'm studying the Bible. I'm using a book that is like, I don't know how many symbols or how much information is in the book about your dreams. Certain parts of dreams are like, if they're very vivid and you can remember them, they're important. And the book basically, talks about basically self-analyzing your dreams, which is why my wife bought me this. And I've only had one vivid reoccurring dream, and now that I've got it, basically translated or attempted to translate my dream, maybe I'll have different dreams or connecting dreams, and once I get all those written out and try to connect the dots, I'll figure out what the heck my brain was trying to tell me. My brain, my subconscious, spirit, I don't know, But I'm also, I've got tons of books. In fact, I gotta finish reading this to you guys, or with you guys, because I stopped halfway through and got distracted by other things. But this is the Viking Handbuch. I think Handbuch. I think I pronounced that right. I don't know. I mess up certain words, but I like it because it gives me a lot of information. But it shouldn't be Viking. It should be Norse, because it's more. So far, most of what I've been reading is about the people, not the Vikings. The Vikings is an occupation. Vikings, the original, and I don't even remember the original pronunciations and whatnot, but the word Viking or Vikinger has to do with, basically, if you translate it to the modern language, it loosely means pirate or bandit, because that's what they did. They would go and attack villages and take what they needed from the villages and bring it back to Norway or Denmark or wherever. But what the book is trying to put across is Vikings, when they first started out, were not raiders, were not pillagers, were not pirates. They were just ordinary farmers and tradesmen and craftsmen, and because of certain situations in the Scandinavian territories, which were basically the Viking territories, they started having issues with farming and timber and whatnot for their homes, because the harsh climate only gave them a small window of time to harvest or grow food. And the trees and whatnot, everything out there, everything in that region was hard and tough. And you had to be as hard and tough as the landscape to survive. So what ended up happening, according to what I've read so far in the histories, which is basically the Eddas and sagas, they found their way to England and tried to settle a part of England, and the locals weren't so happy about it and got the English king to intervene for the people. And basically what happened, and this is not just from the TV show called The Vikings on History Channel, or I forgot where it's being played now. I think Netflix or Hulu took it over. But they landed in a part of England that had no people, and then they got attacked, and they fought back. And the English king, or the king of that territory, went, "Oh, we can't keep this up," and tried to make a promise and a pact. And well, when certain neighboring territories of this one king was like, "Hey, no, we cannot negotiate or trade with these people. They'll just end up wiping us all out." And so the two kings got together, or the two leaders got together, and basically slaughtered a whole village on English territory of the Nordic people. And the Nordic people are like, "Nope, you lied to us, you tricked us, you did everything we don't like and we do not deal with. So it's a bloody battle until, we get the point across." But anyhow, let me see what time this is, because I don't want it to run too long. 36 minutes. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end this today. I'm happy to be talking to you guys again. I'm happy to be doing this again. Weekdays sometimes are not easy for me to do videos because of work. And sometimes when I come home, I end up having to do so many things that I forget to do even a simple video. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off and let you guys go and whatnot. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, go ahead and put them in there. I will deal with them to my best ability. If you have not joined and you're interested in some of the things that I do talk about, which I did not list, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Then a little bell will pop up, and then you can get messages saying when I put in my latest video. Till next time, you guys have a good day. Bye.